It's Heywoah. All right, so this is it, the final push. It is 27 hours, not 26. That puts us at 26. This is it. This is it.
Cool.
We've got the actual donations close at 12:45 for the OBR if you haven't entered yet. This is it. This is your last chance to get that shuts off at 12:45. That way, I have time to sort of compile the last bit of information and do that giveaway within sort of the last 15 minutes. All right. So if you got anything left in the tanks, um, like I do, I've got a whole like it's Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday here. I'm probably so tired I'm seeing double. It's okay. I've got two guns, one for each of you. Like I'm good. I'm good to go. I've got two takes, one for the both of you. All right.
I'm actually I'm kind of rooting for Chaos Spawn over here to win the army he hates, because spite victories are good for the digestion.
um, so whilst I was handling that, Mega Boss Mike, let's finish strong. Says Troy comes in, let's push for the room. Uh, so
Ooh, 75, big,
yeah, big, big,
big.
big, big. I gotta go shave my goatee off, man. You got this?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Some of you may have missed in the AM. Heywoah came up with a sweet faction. There we go.
Oh no, don't put this on me. Chat created an army with my subtle direction. It was a group effort. It was a team. And now we have all sorts of mechanics and ideas that GW cannot legally use for any reason. Shack Smash for the 130, big donor. Make it so, he says. Not bad, not bad. Good one. What's up, D-Rez? Big hype for 7K. We are at 7,000,078. Got him. And with that, the final goal is reached. All other donations will be completely wasted, so you might as well stop now. Just kidding, you're still entered into the drawing, right? So actually, it's still pretty good. And don't forget that this is for a cause and not just prizes, so, support's pretty nice. Either way you slice it, the coalition has no new goals. The coalition is finally out of points. It's funny you say Meph has de-aged suddenly, because I am older than Meph. Yeah, I think Chat Gang can claim victory here. They created a shadow council, much like the pirate council of Anvilgard. And there's child on camera. That's why they're saying he de-aged. Sorry, I wasn't looking over there. All of your jokes make sense, chat. You're funny. I just didn't notice it. Good work. Good work. And you must understand that on the stream, like, chat shows up probably 5 seconds after you type it. So took me a bit there. Anyway, what was I saying about chat winning? Oh yeah, chat's winning. You ran out of goals. You created a secret shadow council to bully Mephisto into doing all sorts of completely stupid things, and then he did. So, good work. And we're done. We're out of it. It's over. PJS Chad. I know it's Chard, but $25.22. He hates round numbers. Well, all right. It's interesting that you say you you hate round numbers, because right now we're at 7026.00, so it's kind of round. It's even, at least. 8K is a face tattoo. You know, that's probably going to hurt his employment in the future. So I don't know about that one. Yeah, well, we've beat depression. There you go. I'll call up my local congressman, senator. Hey, excuse me, just so you know, depression's over. So, you know, that's nice. Thank us if you want. This has been pretty successful, and it has been pretty successful because of the 73 people here and way more that are probably asleep right now, to be honest. What's on the painting table behind me? Do you mean what miniatures am I painting, or what's that other stuff? Because I can go through either. We've returned to nearly recession plus spiking pandemic. Yeah. Both. All right, fine. So speaking pandemic, I have a little mask back there because I'm a responsible adult who's willing to go out of my way in the most minute sense possible to get a bonus to my saving throw against disease, which is pretty nice. I got a hat there, got the 80s sunglasses, and as far as the painting table is concerned, I have some IDONTMIND, 10 of which is a unit that I was test painting to see if I liked the color scheme on those thralls there, and I do. So we got some thralls back there. I got a bunch of different pieces of all sorts of Stonehorn creatures, as well as the Frost King that I'm working on, which is a Mawpot terrain piece that has a Thunder Tusk on it. And on the Thunder Tusk is a special palanquin with a gigantic Frost King, like from the lore. So there's Beast Riders, and then there's Huskguards, and then there's Frost Lords. Well, in the lore of the book, they talk about Frost Kings, but they don't really explain them. There's no models for it. And so I'm modeling one. And so anyway, the terrain feature, because if your terrain feature sucks, you might as well model it so huge and over the top that it at least looks impressive, right? So it's a Mawpot with a Thunder Tusk on that and a Frost King on that, and chained to the Thunder Tusk's back is the entire Mawpot, and he carries that around. And the Mawpot's got Kairos Fate Weaver in it, and a bunch of Fire Slayers and stuff. It's like almost untransportable. It's like 8 inches tall when it's not in subassembly, and I'll get to work on it eventually. It's just every time I have free time to work on it, instead I make a video. So, you know, what do you want to do, right? Is it true that Thunder Tusks are as deadly as ever at their new bargain price? As deadly as ever, let me think. No, because they were viable but not truly competitive for a little while there. A very long time ago, in basically the age of myth of competitive AOS, people ran Cowruck for a little while, but it was worse than Stone Ruck even at the time. It's just people didn't like their 100-point heroes getting sniped by 300-point snipers. They felt that was unfair for some reason, which is weird. Thunder Tusks are still trash, and they're trash because they don't have a role for your strategy. And they don't really do anything. A Huskguard on Thunder Tusk is obviously the best one. It's 300 points. It's a priest. Your prayers are terrible, so that's actually not like the greatest thing. His prayers aren't very good either on his War Scroll. His combat profile damage is, I did the math, like roughly equal to 1 Iron Gut model in throughput. Like, he's terrible at fighting for a monster. And the Frostwreath Ice does bad damage no matter what you're targeting. So, like, he has no point. You can give him the mount trait so that people fight last in a 3-inch aura around him, but that's not actually that useful because he doesn't do any damage, right? And you can't charge and bring that to someone. It's only if he hasn't charged. And I suppose you could, like, create a ring of, like, 8 Iron Guts that follow him around so that they get to fight first, but that's so many points in one place for such a gimmick that's slow, and you just play Stonehorns instead, really. You can run one Huskard on Thundertusk in your random ass list, and it's fine. You can squeeze enough utility out of it so that it doesn't hurt you too bad to play it. And all people really wanted was an excuse to play the cool model. Problem with Thundertusks though is after making them a certain type of too cheap, you end up getting like 9 or 10 Thundertusk Torbads or something, and then suddenly it becomes oppressive. So it's a balancing game. Sorry for the tangent. Talk to me about what fixes KO could use. Oh man, we got more tangents. Yeah, 7K Sir Flukes a lot, I know. This one doesn't seem like it is a fluke. Which Muppet will I choose for the one-shot character? I'm gonna be honest, I heard about the Muppet thing after you guys already reached it, like 5 hours afterwards when I was on the show. So I'm just gonna have to learn more information about the Muppet thing. I don't pretend to understand it, but I understand that you apparently want it, and so it becomes at least slightly important to me. You're interested to see where KO go and hope it doesn't get meta chased to death. Well, that's the interesting thing. Like they're in a good place in the meta right now, so they're getting a phantom power increase just from that. A lot of the top tier meta are somewhat dirtily armies that really don't like all of their wizards and stuff getting shot in the face. Like they don't like that. It's like that captain from oh never mind, but from Firefly, you know, where he's like, "Ooh boy, they don't like when you shoot at them." It's kind of like that. So Tom seems to think that the KO points changes were a little ambitious, like perhaps too much. He knows more about KO than me. I know enough about KO to, do a show or whatever on him, but I'm not like bringing them to tournaments and going 5-0 for the past 2 years or whatever. So I don't have like the most firsthand experience with them. I'll generally, bow to the experts on that one. Seems good though. They did need a little bit of help, so I'm pleased to see more KO running around because they're just cool, really. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the VOD to understand this Muppet thing. There's a lot of. We're probably gonna just download the VOD of this and find a whole bunch of clips because I'm sure there's 20 plus just solid gold moments, right? Toss those on YouTube, put some keywords in there. There's going to be a triple ironclad army. See, this brings me joy. I play Beastclaw Raiders, and so it just warms my cold heart when people bring way too many of their huge guys and prove that it's better than people think. So I just want to see the world play big stuff. I just want to see the world play big stuff. What can I say? What else is happening in chat here? That's why you're happy your big dragon got a 100-point drop. Oh, you're talking about Skargaroth the thinking checks notes unscarred riding someone the scarred. I don't know that guy. Vorgaloth or Vorgaros. For people who don't play Corn, that dude's name in a spelling bee would destroy everyone, I must say. W. Soran is going to play Slanesh even though they got beat because Slanesh likes it that way. Hey. That's appropriate. It's good, clean fun. Rational Nihilist. Interesting name. Want to keep playing 3 keepers, but they made that unrealistic. Yeah, it's very sad. Slanesh were in... It was strange because after Winter Points, the consensus was, at least amongst content creators and stuff that I talked to, was, wow, they actually... Yeah, this is pretty good. It's unfortunate that it pushes people towards the only build that's viable, but they wrote the Allegiance abilities so that every non-hero is trash. So what do you expect? But all in all, pretty well balanced. Still good. Still powerful, but not a problem. And then later on, they just upped their points anyway and went too far. Overcompensated. Straight up. We played it with Haka. Oh, did we? Which one were you? I'm very bad at names.
Nihilist
So.
is Doctor True.
Oh yeah. Cool. Nice.
I hope you're happy because when I shave my goatee, I also lose my chin. And probably about like 10 years. So I'm not happy about this. But if you're happy, I am proximately happy, and it'll grow back.
Can I donate for the goatee to come back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The goatee will be back. This is temporary.
Yeah, this is temporary,
Yeah.
just like the Tibetan sand art.
Just like the petrifix is temporary.
Yeah,
We
the petrifix.
we got one really solid petrifex take. Was Chat Gang appeased with my take on petrifex? Right. Super glue the goatee back on. Yeah, there you go. That's what the way is. Or that is the way.
Yeah, you're gonna get your ID checked whenever you go in.
Mm-hmm. No,
Nice.
it's true. It's true. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
I remember that game with Nihilist. That was the Slanesh list, and that was the game where we got to the natural point in many AOS games, as they often do, where
I can't
you
handle
roll
it.
the dice for priority, and you both are just like, okay, so if I take the turn, I do this, and I just win. All right, GG, shake hands. But instead, I'm like, no, I'm gonna fight these guys, even though there's no reason to, and I'm only risking losing, and I'm gonna take it seriously. And so I did, and I was like stressing every dice roll, and I barely beat them and won anyway. And Rational Nihilist was not stressing every dice roll because he thought I was kidding, but I was not kidding. And so he was taken aback because during the what he thought was a silly like, oh, let's just see how it would have rolled out. I'm like stressing every decision and taking it seriously, and then like when it came out in my favor, I'm like, yes, got him. And he's like, that seems like a delayed reaction, and I'm like, oh, I was taking it seriously. I really meant it out. if I wouldn't have killed them, I would have lost the game, and I would have signed the paper as such.
Heywoah. The definition of going big and or going home.
Yeah, you gotta go big or go home. Or if you take Beast Claw Raiders to a tournament, you go big and go home afterwards. So what is this? Is this over at 1?
Yep. I'll do that just after
So we have
12:45. The donations lock.
So that means chat has 23 minutes, right? Or 33 minutes
Yeah.
for any further donations to get on that last. And what is that last prize again?
Well, we hit the last stretch goal. I'm not mission
No, I
accomplished.
don't mean last
Oh,
stretch goal. I mean the
this is the OBR. This is it.
yeah the OBR. Yeah,
This is
that's
the
what I was.
OBR. This is if you fell asleep and you missed a prize block or something like that. So
Sweet. Oh, you got your donations in before sleeping. I mean, that's the strat.
well, yep. Coolio. Just checking, making sure I don't have any double entries. And by the way, and then I'll have a nice little compilation going.
OBR Vince Model Trunzo board. Cool.
Yeah, so there are.
Oh yeah, who won Merrick Wolf, by the way?
Sean Benson, I believe.
Cool.
And then I think he passed his Midwest Meltdown entry to like a second person.
Sweet.
So.
Aiming for that OBR army so you can get the OPPE army on the table before something bad happens. Yeah, about that.
Yeah, Aaron question
I
mark.
mean, it's not terrible. You take it for the Ren now. It just has a lore inconsistency now. If it was printed like that, people would be like, oh, this is the offensive option if I want Rend, and then I take Mortis Praetorians if I want defense. So overall, Petrifix wasn't so bad, except they left like half of their work on the table. I'm not sure why they didn't fix the rest of the sub factions, especially the ones that are like 100% trash. But then they would have to like, care about sub faction balance for every other army, which they clearly don't. So, what are you gonna do? Can't wait for Heywoah's video on Auric War Clans. That's a big book, dude. That's a big book. I could do 3 shows on it. Well, 2.5, honestly, because Big Wah, you're kind of retreading some ground on that one. But yeah, you could do a 20-minute video on just the Bone Splitters part, just the Iron Jaws part, and then like a little addendum for the Big Wah, or it could just be this massive fucking video. I did Skaven and I did Cities, and those are big armies too, but they're big tent armies, so it's all on theme. War Clans is very much 3 books that they stapled together, but not due to extreme laziness. That would be rude to say. Are you going to post a list of the winners somewhere? Of course, yes.
Yep.
There's going to be plenty of follow-up media, from winners lists to pictures of the stuff to clips from the 27 hours that were entertaining that you missed, with all sorts of algorithms and robots and keywords associated. It'll be good stuff. Give us a few days for that one, but they'll be rolling in. Big Wah is fantastic. Is Teclis a trap? Yes, but that shouldn't stop you from playing him.
Yeah. Okay.
Hot takes here, I guess. But yeah, Teclis is a trap in my opinion, but shouldn't stop you from taking him, and he's still viable.
I actually like the God characters. I've said this before, I'll always say it. I like God characters to be a couple notches down from the best, quote unquote, the best list. I like for them to be viable, but not the best way to play the army. Even Nagash, I like for them to be viable, but not the best way to play the army. That way, it's not the only thing you see. You see people putting their own spin on it, but they should be viable. They are gods. You shouldn't feel like an idiot for wanting to play your theoretically coolest, sweetest, godliest model.
Yeah, or your biggest centerpiece. Most of the time, or I shouldn't say most of the time, but it makes sense to me that a large amount of the time, what draws someone to an army is first seeing that centerpiece Alariel. And it's such a shame when they read the book, if they know anything about the game, and they're like, oh no, it's trash. This is why I like the army in the first place. That's a terrible feeling. Mm-hmm. It's not equally bad, but also still kind of bad if it's the required choice and you're just stupid for not doing it. But that has never been the case for any of the gods. Ever. Let me think. Is that a sweeping statement I can back up? Nagash was truly never the most competitive list, even when LON was its most powerful, in my opinion.
It handed you some auto wins. It handed you some auto wins, which is why.
Yeah, but Death March was always the more competitive option. I would say, even in the heyday of it. I suppose that's arguable, and we'll leave it to the historians. Nagash in OBR was never the strongest choice. I mean, clearly it was the most fun one, but it wasn't the most competitive.
At least there's also some double dragon builds that were pretty just stellar, even for that time.
Marathi's technically a god, and for a while people were using her or not using her, and I suppose I'm not exactly sure if she was ever an auto include. I think she kind of was, maybe, but again, you could very easily win without her. When DOK was at its peak, Alariel was never an auto include. I don't think in AOS. What are some other gods?
There were some mixed order. There were mixed order builds that used her really effectively.
Yeah, there were some mixed order builds that used her, but I'm not even sure that they were the best mixed order builds.
Sure. But they were viable.
Yeah, they were viable, but I'm talking God being required if you're playing that thing.
Okay, fair enough.
So an Archaon obviously he's not a god, but he counts as big centerpiece thing. He was never even close to, I would say, competitive, but he had some viable builds. He was never like required for STD or anything. Isn't right now either. There's some cool stuff you can do with him, but again, not the most competitive. What other gods even exist in the game? Am I forgetting any? Don't think so. Gordrak is technically the knucklebone of a god, so you could say that, but he's not good and never really was. We talked about Alariel. She's always been bad, really. Or not, okay, she hasn't always been like straight bad, but we're talking about gods being auto-include the, the required choice, and she was a far cry from that ever. Yeah, I don't think any of the god characters have. I think I can say that. Teclis eventually? Maybe. I think he's a trap, but it doesn't mean he won't be good. For instance, Nagash was very good in OBR, but he wasn't the best build. And all we're really talking about is like it being the best build so that you're dumb if you don't do it, right?
Right.
Phantom Fixer, $25. Thanks a lot, dude. Appreciate the support. Squeaking in there at the last moment, trying to scoop up an entire OBR army. Not bad. Not bad work. Isn't Croak a god? Let me think. He is more powerful than every other god right now. That's for sure. If you consider cost benefit analysis. And yes, he needs other support units factored in. He's not just him, right? You need to take certain things to really give him his full power. I certainly wouldn't call him a centerpiece, because he's some tiny shriveled fine cast on the half of a Balewind vortex. So like, philosophically, he's certainly not a centerpiece, but depending on how you define Croak, I could give you that one as a technicality. So we'll say one arguable exception to the rule. You don't think there's a single must-have list for most factions? No, but there are lists that are close enough to it that it's, I think, problematic. And they tend to be for armies that were one of those, like, we wrote the book really fast kind of armies, and so there's only like, one or two ways to work with it. Maw crushes are pretty standard choices, but they're not like gods and stuff, which is what maybe you'll think I'm being pedantic, but the whole tangent started with gods as centerpieces. But a Maw crusher is certainly a centerpiece, and if you're thinking about Ironjawz and you see it, seeing a Maw crusher might draw you to the army. So what does it really matter if it's a god or not in the end, right? Maybe it's just a big, cool-looking centerpiece, and then they do count. Is Volturnos close enough? Maybe. I think it's a reasonable choice, whether it's Volturnos or a Kellyan with a cloak. I'm sorry, a cloud. Or even a Tidecaster, but probably not. You're just trying to get spicy at that point, even though I like it. I think it's quaint. The, like, million command point stacking turn 3 big combo is very fun and powerful, but some people aren't down with the mini game that arises in such a match where it's kill this 8 wound hero, or you take a bunch of damage on turn 3 and it becomes like this little sub game you're playing. MoonClan Grots need a god. Yeah, they do. They need a book where they were trying for the whole writing process of it too. IDNF just has one real list with about 500 points of choice. Yeah, that's true.
I know the truth of the cod piece.
I mean, I knew you'd figure it out eventually. They force you to put your email in there, and I couldn't use a burner email because it's linked to the PayPal. PJ, I mean, our Chads Aurochs are the gods of Spiderfang, and they're auto-included in the Spiderfang list. Nailed it. Yeah, but then you would have to have Spiderfang lists exist at all, and they don't. So, at least competitively, that would be wire fraud, digital wire fraud. It's not fraud. It's misappropriation. See, that sounds better.
Some of y'all made this way easier on me than the rest of you. Y'all know
Oh,
who
by
you are.
just putting their name as their name. Yeah.
Yeah, putting your actual name as your name, so I can like highlight like email addresses, but it's still like the first point of information is like that's the one I want. But here we are. I have to double check the fucking printout.
Would I ever run Underguts? No. I will elaborate. I was just pausing for a funny effect. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I wouldn't ever run Underguts, and the reason is that lead belchers are terrible at being a ranged unit. And going in, because the reason that they suck is because they do terrible damage unreliably at way too short range. And there are no ranged buffs in the entire army to stack to improve that first part, right? Taking the Undergot sub-faction makes their range on the upper end of decent, which is 18 inches. Like 24 is what you want, 21's okay, 18 is the minimum you probably want for any ranged unit, but they get there. But then it does nothing to fix how bad and unreliable their damage is. Now you can take a whole bunch of like MSU lead belchers and play the tempo game with wasting time, and you can do that with a bunch of units that are so shitty that their main use is ignoring the fact that they have stats and just playing like a metagame tempo style. So you're able to do that, but I don't think that's like really playing the army necessarily. And you bring up a good point. Like 8-inch move does make 18 feel a lot better, right?
How's it going?
Hi.
Why are you here?
Se- $7,000 and 23 minutes to go. Holy shit.
Not bad, not bad. And we owe it all to exercise.
That's right.
No, we owe it all to the man that's sitting there. What the boy? Since he shaved, the boy's sitting there.
Yeah, this is.
No, the jokes begin. All right.
Yeah.
Man, what an achievement you've done.
Thanks for the $20. Shaving your beard for a good cause. I approve, sir. I disapprove because I'm just against shaving, but well done.
Thank you.
The goal, like $100 pass that.
What?
Oh, so there should have been a goal. So at X number he has to shave, but if it hit $100 more, $200 more within an hour, he doesn't have to shave and make them start warring.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, just like save the animals, kill the animals for GDQ, where you have competing donation incentives.
Yes.
Those are always good. Those are good ones. Shave it, don't shave it. Someone suggested a Heywoah beard shave would have been a good stretch goal. You see, Mephisto is vulnerable to your bullying while he is doing a charity marathon, but I am quite immune. So, decline.
Since the Red Bull, gasoline, and circus peanuts story that you told earlier, way back at the beginning of this, I can't imagine much hurting you ever.
Look, it was a block where you talk about embarrassing stories, and I think that one counts. It would have been cooler if the billboard was the one that you see on the way back from Indy, which says "Hell is real." That would have been more cinematic. So if I shot this thing as a short film, I would have done the Hell is Real, but it happened to have been the God is Real one. So what can you do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hell is real.
that's the story. It's the
So,
message.
so why are you here, buddy? What?
The final fitness thing, you're gonna love it.
Mm-mm,
I can promise you.
mm-mm.
Because the most important thing, like your muscles don't grow when you're exercising. You're damaging muscles.
Mhm.
So your next fitness challenge will actually take place after this stream. Your muscles grow whenever you rest. So I want you between now or whenever the stream ends, between then and your next rant cast, to have one night where you get a full 8 hours of sleep. Even if you're just laying in bed staring, I want you to rest your body for 8 hours straight.
Yeah, what he's talking about is gains. And your body accumulates gains by your muscles resting after they've been damaged so that they grow stronger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. I'm
So
for
that's
this.
And so you've got to, mental health is important, but you got to protect those gains.
yep.
Huh?
So we did the warm up. We've done cardio. We've hydrated. Now I gotta heal.
Yeah, and then repetition in creating a routine. I'm sure you've probably talked about this in your many times here, but you have to train your body to expect this sort of torture so that it thinks it's normal and prepares for it in the future, which is also gains.
Very true.
Mental health is gains of the mind. There you go. No longer, yeah. If you don't want to be smooth brain, but you want to be gain brain, then train that thing too and give it rests.
Look how Andrew Yells was donating in integers on purpose.
Yeah, he was. Yep. He was just working on those maths, as the Europeans say. They keep it plural for some reason. Can any EU people explain that? Why math is plural in European countries and it's not here? Because there is such a thing as mathematics, I understand. But the etymology of it actually gets fairly complex if you look into it, and so I was curious. Because math can also be short for a plural as well, such as sheep, right?
You're more than welcome to hang
One
out with
sheep,
us for
many sheeps.
the rest of this thing here, dude.
Yeah, I'll hang
Yeah,
on.
I always
Yeah.
thought math is like deer or sheep, and when somebody says maths, it sounds to me like they're saying sheeps.
Or deliberately mispronouncing, for like effect or whatever.
Like tunas and sashimis.
Katanas.
Katanas.
Katanas. Get that katana up over there.
Katanas.
Shack Smash brings up a good point that English is a language of more exceptions than rules. So, I mean, fair.
English is the get good language. And no, we won't tell you the rules.
Yeah. One goose,
You
two
have to look
geese,
online for
one
the
tooth,
leaks.
two teeth, one booth, two beef. Yep.
Good old B. Different kinds of mathematics.
Yeah, it's true that homophones are
The
rough on
homophones,
non-native speakers.
they get on native speakers too.
Yeah, that is true. And even the word homophone, right? Some
Mhm.
might read that phonetically and be like homophone, but not the case. Oh my God! Look at this. We got a regular media
Yeah.
alliance here. All
Oh.
sorts of people joining. Oh, and he's drinking Pepsi Coke. What a Chad!
It is not Pepsi Coke. It's actually a vanilla cream ale mixed with an almond milk oat milk latte mix, which I would not recommend.
I refuse
Would
to
not
believe
recommend.
that. And
Almond and oat
nice,
milk,
nice,
you can
nice
hear
save.
separates as opposed to normal milk, which does not separate so much.
Oh, oh.
I
Look
think you
at-
just blended it real well.
Is that Mike? Mike there?
You're not gonna ruin
Are
my
you
headband,
actively
that's
playing a
Pepsi Milk.
game of Age of Sigmar right now? Like, do
Yes, we're setting up right now.
we have some
Big.
man on the street action, like like this is what Age of Sigmar looks like for all those of you that are locked up. Fantastic.
This live Age of Sigmar going on.
This is a battle report stream now.
This is the smallest partners of streamers ever.
Oh, and we got Hobby Bear in his command chair over there.
Yeah.
Flanked by his many
The
armies and
coalition
trophies.
decided we were going to ambush here at the end.
Okay.
Let you know who's really in charge.
Okay. I see.
It's the Shadow Council. It's the Shadow Chat Council.
And a baby.
That's the ringleader.
I want the world to see, though, what shirt I'm wearing.
Is it
Beer
ATC?
the beer.
Hell yeah. Go Bucks.
This was
Milwaukee.
actually
Milwaukee.
from the game I went to with both Meth and Brendan. I just didn't happen to see Meth at all during the game
Yeah,
because he never texted back.
I'm an asshole. What can I say?
You're a true Warhammer villain.
Yes. Jacob Berry, the true Warhammer villain. He has a award show to prove it. Don't worry, all of those awards will get shipped out along with this whole thing. I've been stockpiling the payouts to handle some of this. So there's a number in here, and I'm not going to tell you what the number is, but you hate this army, and and yet here we are.
Is it 69?
No.
That's a good number, though, Jacob. Good number.
This is the
Space
full.
time.
Is this the full Shadow Council? This is
Uh,
already.
This is not the full Shadow Council.
Oh my God.
It's close.
Okay.
My internet can't handle being in. Poor Meth. Poor Kyle.
Why is that?
He had to duck out. His internet couldn't handle the Shadow Council.
It's too powerful for even his internet. But now I know.
So this thing we're doing where we all sit here and wait for someone to say something, this makes for a great stream. Let me just say.
You
I'm so
guys.
watching this.
No, I've done what I've done. I have to do this logistical stuff to make sure that this is copacetic. So.
Let's just take another minute.
As the Shadow Council who was directing this the whole time, I think now is your time to shine. Prove it. You know, like that you really own the show and that you I am your mere figurehead of your will.
Sorry, I had to make a real quick something to drink here.
Oh no.
Lord.
Oh no.
No,
Unbelievable!
Yeah, so I think it's clear from the result that as soon as Meph's deeply unrealistic goals were smashed immediately, that somebody had to take charge, and here we are having set $7,000 worth of goals and having achieved them. The grand prize, the Bone Reaper army, the Vince model, the Trunzo board, as well as all of the additional nonsense in between. It was a team effort.
It was.
Yeah, it was. It was a team effort, and it was a team victory because, there's simply no way you can describe it any other way. Shattered the competition. Depression is officially defeated.
Yeah, we've done it.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Plus, we kept you from burning your armies. That was several suggestions at multiple times
Look at
from
Mike.
several members.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very, very, very disappointed that Chuck wasn't man enough to do a full Britney review.
It wasn't.
There was
It would
more
be
than
boring.
one of those. More than once just
It wouldn't
set
be-
fire to models.
Why do you want me to burn my armies? What is wrong with you?
At least wait till 3rd edition when we get octagonal bases.
It's true.
Look, with any sort of large bureaucratic system,
wasn't
you
so
are
much an
going to
army, it
inherently
was a
pull
single
in
model.
anarchists. Some men literally just want to watch the world burn, and that's what the rest of the council is for, is to steer it in a more reasonable direction.
The only thing I'm disappointed about is I really wanted to see Rantcast Puppet Theater.
Oh, well, we hit that goal, right? Oh no, it
was
was
in
the
between.
Muppet one shot. Yeah.
It was like one of those in betwixt goals.
This isn't really that bad. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care how many votes I lose.
Well, there's voting involved.
Heywoah stump speech. Pepsi and milk, not as bad as you would think.
Once you've inadvertently huffed gas while eating circus peanuts, nothing phases
Okay,
you.
so the experiences of my life might have prepared me for trials and tribulations of this level. That is a good theory.
It's embracing the ogre mentality. Everything is fine.
Everything is food.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, one could opine that doing this kind of proves that I didn't learn anything from that experience, but I did learn something, just not largely. Right?
Just the surface peanuts are not.
I learned something. I just don't know what it was.
Kind of okay.
You know, this very much reminds me of the time that I got my wisdom teeth taken out. If you guys had something important to say, you can, but it could be Heywoah story time if you're down. All right, so I got my wisdom teeth taken out when I was in very early high school, and if anyone's had that happen to them, you know, you can't eat solid foods for a while, and you have to watch out for what do they call it, dry sockets, I think. Anyway, it was annoying to me as a like 9th grade Tony Hawk pro skater on the PlayStation 1 playing snowboarder kid who hung out with the Nine Inch Nails crowd, that the man wasn't going to tell me what I can eat, you know. And so I, as was befitting my type of brain, I'm like, well, I'm going to revolt against the man, but in a completely pointless way that's technically by the rules. So I'm like, I'm going to go to Burger King. I'm going to get a double cheeseburger off the dollar menu, fries, Pepsi, and I'm going to put it in a blender.
Oh.
It all goes to the same place anyway, right? So
No.
right. That's a theory. A few things, not sure why I added milk to it in retrospect. Probably shouldn't have kept the ice in the drink as I was pouring it in. Probably should have fished those out. But I documented the occasion by filming it because I was in like media club and I was all into video editing and stuff even back then. And I had just come off of my Mentos commercial, or perhaps it was before that.
The Mentos, is that the one where you get hit by the car?
Yeah, it's the one where I get hit by the truck, but it's okay because Mentos. Yeah.
Heywoah was memeing
drank
before he
that,
had
but
magic.
And so I like filmed the whole thing, you know, like some guy doing that, except that some guy was me, and I like set up the camera, and I couldn't finish the glass. It was far worse than you would even imagine. Like, I was prepared for it being really bad. It was way worse than that. Because of how cold the ice was, the milk was... Really, the milk just shouldn't have even been put in there. To this day, I'm not sure why I did that. It made sense at the time, I guess. It was much worse than this. But this kind of brings back a little nostalgia.
How bad is the latte? 'Cause I'm not going to try it. But I would love an actual description of the textures, flavors.
It was good, honestly. I quite enjoyed it.
I still feel it inside my body.
It's like
What about
you get a little bit of the Pepsi acidic fizziness, you know, but it's kind of like some super shitty Starbucks iced whatever, just with a weird a different sort of weird bad flavor instead of the normal Starbucks weird bad flavor.
It was like a root beer float,
What if
but all the ice cream melted.
Yeah, exactly.
But what if you put, like, say, grind espresso liqueur into it?
Oh boy.
Then it's like a cold turtle. Maybe it's because I've had so many White Russians. White Russian is one of my drinks of choice back when I drank a lot, and it's that probably prepared me for this. It's just kind of similar, and I like Colorado Mudslide or whatever it is, where it's a White Russian. They put a little Coke in it. It's very similar. It's just you actually kind of need that vodka in there to overpower a little of the weirdness.
I find when you put cocaine in any drink, it makes it better.
Cocaine. Well, I was talking about vodka, but I mean, like you can do whatever you want with your Gloomspite.
It at least keeps you awake a little bit longer, Jake.
Yeah. Crazy Horror.
Right, yeah.
Thanks for the.
I'll be asleep halfway through round 3 instead of at the beginning of it.
Yeah. Crazy Horse, thanks for the big 50 donation. Nice, dude. Good work. And Tabletop Minions for the 25. Not bad at all.
I'll take it.
Big support at the end. Just getting in under the wire.
I know who wins all.
That's $25, baby. There's no need to cry. It's not a lesser currency like Canadian. Have we hit? It's 12:55.
Yeah,
Are we counting these last two? Did they get in under the wire or not? Judgment call.
It'll be in the document if they did.
All right.
I see no reason not to, though.
There's no reason.
There's no reason not to.
Well, sorry, I'm just a cog in the machine. Can't.
Can't do anything about it.
Hands are
I don't
tied.
make the rules.
I'd have to ask corporate about it.
I have to manually check for double entries anyway because people use different names, and so I have to verify the email addresses.
Okay, well, so that was fun at the time, and
it's fine. This program lied to me that it said it would do this for me. But what they meant was that you could donate to like the different archetypes of things, and then it would do it. So it's whatever. It's fine as long as I'm accurate. Baby.
She's just really excited. It's just so hard to
contain.
Hard to deal with the. Exactly, the anticipation is killing her.
No, I understand. I'm sorry, Chat Gang. Thank you for hanging with me on this. Hopefully, the entertainment here is worthy.
Man, next time we're gonna have to create a graphic, a big spinning wheel, and everyone can watch it. Oh, I wonder who's gonna win, and it turns over, and bankrupt or whatever.
Okay, so are we all ready for the heel turn when Meth actually awards the army to himself?
Oh wow!
And then I rip up like the VOD of me saying Petrifex Elite deserved it, and I hit like whoever the most babyface beloved, like Vince Venturella with a steel chair. Like I'm just in his studio, and I'm like, "Fuck you, Petrifex didn't deserve it," and I just like walk off, like just go like full heel. Yeah, that'd be metal.
I would respect that.
That'd be pretty metal.
Well, kicking someone when they're down is in theme with what happened to Slanesh, so that's makes sense.
There would be pitchforks.
Games.
Mike, who you playing?
Yeah, let's get a battle report going here since we're here. What are you playing? What are you playing against?
We're just getting set up. But I'm.
What's the story? What's the narrative? Come on.
we actually are playing a narrative game. We're playing the one out of the Blades of Corn book.
Oh,
so it's Justin.
It's a Blades of Corn narrative. Okay, so it's deep and complex, involving a lot of relationship character studies.
Really classist of you there, Heywoah. Just because they like to kill doesn't mean their stories aren't nuanced and interesting.
Might be religion. What's the word for being against a religion? Religionist? What's the sectarian? No, maybe sectarian. No, because that's within a religion. Different sect.
Prejudice.
Yeah, maybe prejudice, I guess. Look, I'm not prejudiced against Corn. I didn't write that book. I want them to be free and have a battle line that's playable. That's all I want. and blood points to roll over instead of flush out like a toilet every round.
Playable battle line because Skull Crushers are battle line.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you
Battle line
disrespecting Skull Crushers, Jacob Berry?
No, Skull Crushers are so good.
I love
Skull
Skull
Crushers.
Crushers.
Skull
They're like
Crushers,
my
I love that.
people.
they're so good. For 120
Big armor,
points,
actually. And they
Blood
still have
Crushers
the.
are super good too.
I'm gonna have to take your word on that one.
It's 10 points per wound, inch move that, and they have the mortal wounds. The same mortal wound output as the Skull Crushers. They just don't have a 3-up, and they're not 5 wounds.
Okay.
They're just the tiniest bit cheaper per wound, but
For
you
those
can get
following at
so
home,
many.
10 points a wound is roughly the equivalent of the 2 for 2 in Magic. You know, like the thing you're kind of looking for the most part.
So on that note, let's talk about Marauders and Plague Monks.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Speaking of 3/3s for 0.1,
Hey, Plague Monks got
Oh,
fixed.
I hadn't played with Plague Monks since they got fixed until recently. Or I did, but people kept avoiding them. And I finally got to use them. And they no longer delete anything they touch right away. They just delete 90% of what they touch right away.
yeah, and they're very good at getting you your points back on account of piling after they die, if they have it with the.
Well, that's not a Plague Monk specific thing, right? So
Right.
Storm Vermin will have the same ability to get their points back.
Yeah, if they have
By
what
the way,
Screaming Bell and the Warbringer as well as that.
it's just a native Skaven spell, and then the Warbringer has it on his War Scroll.
What do you think
So you
about
could get-
Warbringer? Is he underrated or no?
I really like him. I think if you're playing a largely combat army, if you're playing a unit of Plague Monks plus some other combat threat, he's good. I think if you're playing Storm Vermin, he's almost an auto include. Storm Vermin now.
I'm pretty excited now, especially with the.
I'm really excited for Storm Vermin.
120 plus or bust in the
Yeah, I
battalion.
mean, 25 mil bases with 2-inch reach. You had me. You had me in the first half.
And they don't even have to be upsettingly 4 inches long, like the Lumineth ones, to
Right. Yeah.
actually represent it properly.
Yeah. No overcompensation.
What's upsetting about that,
Skaven
Jake?
book clearly.
What's upsetting about it is going to be
Size
how
of
many
my
bottles of
hand.
blue you go through on your way to each tournament.
Yeah, them things are going to be chipped off nonstop, and the annoying look on the table, much like Thunder Tusks, where when you set them up, they're just faced the wrong way, so the things can actually pile into them, which is
Narrative. It's an Athens theme.
there you go. Yeah,
Was a deep cut.
I don't get that joke because I'm 12, but when I grow up, I'll tell you it's funny.
I hate to be anal about it, but you're not 12.
I
We'll see if I can be retental about this joke for later. How's the work on that?
Just like making elves the butt of my joke.
Sorry, guys. Again.
No problem.
No rush. Take your time, sir.
So
She's not okay.
Stormcast in that battle report over there. Corn v Stormcast. If I maybe saw a Stormcast on the table, but it's a small image.
No, it's orcs.
Orcs. Okay. Oh, it must have been the yellow color scheme. It fooled me, just like they intended. Because they try to, they're the real golden boys, right?
Yes.
Look at Meph apologizing. It's been 27 hours and 6 minutes. I don't think anyone's going to complain that it takes
Yeah.
you 10 minutes to do some data.
Has a 27-hour stream, and then he does math for 6 minutes with 9 other people on the screen or whatever. Oh, sorry guys, this is dragging on.
I think the only solution to this is for us to just start from the opening scene of The Room.
Ooh, I can do without.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Let me get
Really do.
Gabriel. Let me get Gabriel right, because he looks like Connor's guy.
Ty's like, not again.
I'm pulling up the script.
Yeah.
Oh, hi,
script's
Ty.
open.
What is that dude's last name? Gabriel Steelheart? Stoneheart?
Sure.
Stone
Sure.
Shield Hammer?
Sure. Man.
So we should start from scene 2, right?
Gabriel Surcharge.
Already
Okay,
set
well
the
that makes
stage.
sense.
Yeah.
Gabriel Surcharge? What is he like? Is he the tax man?
All right, so scene 2, someone needs to play Lisa, and then someone needs to play Billy.
Where you
It's a
guys finding
short
this? I
scene.
need a link. Help.
If you look in the general of the Discord from last night,
Aha.
There we go.
there's a link to it.
I think Jacob is the next best Lisa after Josh.
Well, then we need someone to play Billy. So Lisa is sitting at the table doing her nails.
I would
She's
love to
wearing-
be Billy. If you
No,
could just
you're
send me-
Lisa, Jacob.
Oh, Lisa, perfect. Is someone going to send me the script?
It's in general in the chat, in the Discord. Just scroll up a little bit and it's linked.
I don't know how to do that.
God, the script's syntax is so off. I love this. Johnny in, and then he got a parenthetical in all caps. He is yelling.
So if Jacob is Lisa, we need a Billy, and I will do the narration if Andrew is tabulating results.
Y'all do that.
Kyle.
Who's going to be the slow pan across the Golden Gate Bridge to set up that we're in San Francisco?
That should be
Ooh,
Nick.
I can do that.
Myself on technically the picture.
All right, so I have a Lisa. I need a Billy. Who's going to do this for me?
I think it's Kyle. He's been so quiet. He's trying to hide from this moment.
I'm trying to build a model here. That's what I'm doing.
Well, tell you what, then let's have Bryce be Billy for this scene, because I want to see this dynamic between Jacob and Bryce play
The
out.
tension, yeah. There's a natural chemistry there, I think.
All right. Did we
got
lose
this
Jacob
queued
though?
up.
He's gone.
Let me know when we do the pan. I got it queued up. We're good.
Again, he's in the arcane chat.
All right, yeah. Somebody needs to bring Jacob down.
We lost Brendan. There we go.
Okay. All right. So let's set the scene. It takes place in San Francisco, so we need a slow pan across the Golden State Bridge.
All right, doing it. Click on. Are we good? All right.
Oh, amazing. Now we
Y'all
come
are,
in.
y'all are the best.
We come in the scene too, where Lisa is sitting at the table doing her nails. She's wearing tight jeans, a low-cut T-shirt, and red shoes, which match her nail polish. The doorbell rings, and Lisa walks over to the front door.
Who is it?
Billy.
Well,
Lisa.
Lisa has to speak first, Bryce.
He said it. He said, "Who is it?"
He said,
Narrator, come on.
Narrator.
Lisa opens the front door. Billy, 18, Lisa's obnoxious younger brother, who is a homosexual, is standing and smiling.
Hey, Billy. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. What's new?
Actually, I'm really busy. Do you want something?
Billy barges in, pushing past Lisa.
No thanks. I just want to see Johnny. You look beautiful today. So yeah, can I kiss Johnny?
You're such a little brat.
I'm just kidding. I love you and Johnny, but especially Johnny.
With the sigh,
Everybody loves Johnny. Oh, okay. Johnny is going to be here any minute. You can wait if you want.
I got to go, but you'll tell him I stopped by?
Of course I will.
Bye.
Bye, Billy.
Billy exits the flat and scene.
That was not in the movie.
So evidently,
Like,
the original script and the movie have some separation.
Yeah, I've never read the script by itself. I've only ever watched the movie.
We're waiting for this.
I'm in fact triggered by this script because like exclamation points are actually faux pas because you're sort of telling the actor what he should already know, or she. Parentheticals are as well. And the weird stuff like with the sigh in parentheses. I would like circle this and explain to the student why you don't do this.
How else do you
This
know
is
how to
awesome.
act? I don't understand.
Yeah,
I mean,
how
if
could,
it's not written out for me, how would I know how to act?
yeah, like imagine
Point of the
Imagine
script.
them not being a professional who acts for a living and can't be expected to read a scene and figure out how the character should feel about it.
Hold on. You're saying all these things, but have you seen The Room? Because I'm pretty sure none of them were professional actors.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it was doomed for failure from the start because the script is just as bad as the as the movie eventually became.
100%. Meth, do you want us to do scene 3?
Yeah, keep going.
All right, so in scene 3, we need a Johnny. We have Lisa and Johnny in scene 3.
So in proper script formatting, you have scene, location, time of day, generally, exterior, interior.
Time of day is
It
San
says
Francisco.
scene 3, and it's using the wrong font. I'm like professionally triggered by this script. I'm sorry. You can keep going.
So, Chuck, would you like to be Johnny?
Come on. You're.
I'll be
this is
Johnny. Let's go.
Okay.
Everyone's really non-committal to this.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
breaking
be
my
I'll be
heart.
Johnny. It's fine.
I'll be every character if you
Yeah,
need me to be.
I'll
This is
just
my
be all the
happy
guys.
place.
Jake, or I'll be all the guys. You be all the girls.
Yeah, I can't wait to be Claudine. Claudette.
All right, well, scene 3. Lisa is sitting on the couch reading her book. As we hear the sound of the front door being unlocked, Johnny comes in carrying flowers. As he enters, Lisa stands up, places her book on the table, and walks toward him.
Hey, babe. These are for you.
Johnny hands the flowers to Lisa.
Oh, thanks. They are beautiful.
Lisa kisses Johnny on the cheek.
Did you get your promotion, honey?
She takes the flowers to the kitchen, unwraps them, and shoves them in a vase. Johnny lies down on the couch. She brings the flowers to the room and places them on the coffee table.
You didn't get it, did you?
That son of a bitch told me I will get within 3 months. That's not right. I saved them bundles. They are crazy. I don't think I will ever get it. They trick me. They didn't keep their promise. They betray me, and I don't care anymore.
Lisa is sitting in the chair next to the couch.
Did you tell them how much you saved
Of course
them?
I did. What do you think? They already put my ideas into practice. Already the bank saved tons of money. They should be grateful to have someone like me who is so good at doing things I do there. Instead, old man Donkey is using me, and I'm the fool.
Still love you.
You're the only one who does.
You still have friends. I didn't get any calls today. Right, this computer business is too competitive. I called a dozen of my old clients, and they don't need me. Want me to order a
Pause.
pizza or something?
Whatever, I don't care.
What kind of topping do you want?
I don't care.
Are you all right? What's the matter? It's just a lousy promotion.
She orders pizza.
I'll fix a cup of unspecified temperature chocolate. That will make you feel better.
She goes to the kitchen and comes back with the chocolate, and she sets it on the coffee table. Johnny sits up.
Thank you.
She gives him the chocolate and sits next to him.
I need a drink.
I don't drink, you know.
She goes to the cabinet and pours 2 drinks and carries them back to Johnny and pours his drink into his cup of chocolate. She takes a sip of her drink.
It's good for you. Don't worry about it.
I can't drink that. You must be crazy.
Lisa takes the drink from the table and forces Johnny to hold the drink in his hand.
If you love me, you will drink this, my darling.
The pizza
You are
man
not
rings the
drinking your
bell.
cognac here. Sorry. It will taste good with the pizza.
He takes a small sip and eats pizza.
You're right. It's good.
No, I'm right. Don't worry about those fuckers. You're a good man. Let's drink and have some fun.
Fade out and fade in to the outside of the apartment. Inside, they are drinking.
You know what I'm like?
He's mumbling. Lisa is tapping his shoulder.
You have nice pecs.
They stumble to the bed and fall into each other's arms, laughing.
I'm tired. I'm wasted. I love you, darling.
You've never been wasted. Make love to me, Johnny.
Johnny doesn't respond.
You owe me one.
Okay.
He is falling asleep. Lisa turns off the light and crawls in bed beside him and falls asleep. End scene.
Sounds like a fantastic relationship.
When did
Oh,
the
my
pizza arrive?
goodness.
I think we're glossing over the fact
The
that
pizza arrived in like
Pizza
12
arrived. I
seconds.
forgot to get up to get it.
Instant pizza and
Let me fix you a cup of chocolate.
Oh, yeah, just drinking a cup of chocolate. Mm.
It's a mug with an like a fully wrapped Hershey's bar in it.
and
Yeah.
cognac.
And then she just pours some
So
cognac
she
in.
orders the pizza shouldn't be a parenthetical. It's a description. Nobody cares about this but me, but I'm mad.
I mean, the coffee house scene is probably one of my favorites because we get like a good 45 seconds of the couple ahead of Mark and Mark and Johnny ordering their lattes or whatever, their plattes.
And it's just a complete red herring for the scene. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just established scene after they already do a slow pan across the Golden Gate Bridge.
But how else are they going to know we're at a coffee shop in San Francisco?
Yeah, how else is an audience going to recognize a coffee shop? What do you think they could just recognize a coffee shop?
In San Francisco.
I can't wait until this entire script is read and posted somewhere for viewing displeasure.
I can't wait till it's codified in the Library of Congress as high art.
It's got to be
And then-
Dadaist.
In like 100 years, they'll think that it was all ironic, but it wasn't.
Oh, is that true? Okay.
He tries to play it off like it's a dark comedy.
I mean, I would too. You got to do something. Oh yeah, I was being ironic.
Well, he's just like generically European is
Rewrite
the
it.
only reason I think that's got any credence. Right? Like they just no one has any idea where.
Did you see him try
No,
out for the part of the Joker?
Oh God, it was horrible.
He had a tele like he sent in a demo reel for the part of the Joker, and it was exactly as you expected it would be. It was just really heartfelt, really trying, but so bad.
He's a mess. For?
That's probably the only way you can get like a truly hilarious bad movie is if they earnestly made it. They just had zero talent at all.
Yeah,
It's hard to fake a movie bad enough to be good. When people do it bad on purpose, it ends up just being unwatchable, or eye rolling. But when they're really giving it their all, but their all is not a lot, that's the schlock.
we talk about how difficult it is to do something poorly well.
It's difficult to finish anything. A movie's a lot of work. It's an achievement to even complete it. If it absolutely sucks, that's too bad. But you finished it. Ever watched Pluto Nash? No, I just watched previews, and I for some reason that didn't bring me to the theater. You're telling your children that the room is Citizen Kane? Yeah, there you go. I'm sure they'll be prepared for their adult lives after that one. They'll have a good foundation.
I find that when parenting, lying to your children is the best way to go about it. Like for everything.
So what becomes Rosebud
I'll
in the
pocket that
room?
for future use.
I will not.
what's
Right? It's
the-
it's totally
What's the
that's.
sled? Let's see.
The chocolate.
The chocolate.
I imagine a cup of chocolate that they just turn out and it comes out like a cylinder of sweetened condensed milk. It's just a chocolate.
Oh, I like that. The football in the center of the roof is the
Oh,
is
yeah,
Rosebud.
that's
Why
it.
is it there? No,
It's
sorry.
not a cup of chocolate. It's
Mark is Rosebud.
the cup made out of chocolate. That's what the cup of chocolate is.
Oh, we lost. Oh, I just noticed. Oh, we lost our game.
What happened?
I wanted to see some corn violence.
Oh.
Somebody who's better at words than me should give Meth some praise, but I gotta jump off. My laptop's about to melt.
No problem. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you at the next event whenever an event ever happens in America.
2022, here we come.
But Jacob, that skips an entire year.
Yes, it does.
Don't hurt my feelings, dude.
Jarl Fleming, Flamen. Is this extra innings? We are tallying the results for the big winners.
Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry.
And so, in the meantime,
Yeah,
we were
Christian's
reading the script of The Room. we're here to entertain. It's a show.
Someone pull Frank in and he can play Mark for just scene 4.
Yeah, he just got home, so maybe we can pull him in.
He's waiting in the Arcane Sanctuary.
Oh, is he? I'll pull him in.
All right, Frank can be Mark. Excellent.
Welcome.
And of course,
you did come
brilliant.
back in time for it to get weird again. We were doing a roundtable script reading of The Room for a little while there.
All right, so Frank, are you prepared to be Mark?
Oh, hi, Frank.
I think he's still getting set up. Yeah, he just
Here you
DC'd.
go.
What scene is this? Which scene number?
Having a romantic scene with me is pretty intimidating.
Yeah,
I get it.
Scene 4. We just need a Mark.
Is it just Mark and Lisa this whole scene? Let's see.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah, pretty sure.
He is yelling in all capitals. Okay, well he's gonna.
Kyle, can you be my Mark?
I guess I could give it a go. What scene are we looking at?
There we go.
Are we
Frank's back. Frank's got it. He's been
Frank-
preparing
Frank-
all
Frank-
the drive home.
Backup, Mark is you're back to understudy.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Alright.
Frank's
What's
here.
going on? Jesus.
So
Scene
You're
4.
Mark.
scene 4, you're Mark. Who's
Okay,
Lisa?
hold on. Let me get this.
Obviously.
What?
Scene 4?
Scene 4, you're Mark.
So this scene begins where Lisa is dressing herself in a sexy outfit to get ready for Mark. Lisa puts on jeweled sandals to show off her toenails.
This
The
is
doorbell rings,
Oh my gosh.
and she opens the door.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine.
That's good.
Thanks. How are you?
Not bad.
I'm glad. Would you like to come in?
May I?
Of course. Come in. Want a cup of coffee?
Okay.
Have a seat.
Lisa goes to the kitchen. Mark sits down and picks up a Spider-Man comic. Lisa comes back with 2 cups of coffee and places them on the table.
Thank you. You look very nice today.
Well, thank you, Mark.
She goes to the stereo and puts on a CD of classical music and lights the candles which are on the table. She is speaking in a seductive voice.
It's hot in here today, my dear boy.
She removes her t-shirt and reveals a tight dress with fair shoulders.
The candles, the music, the sexy dress. What's going on here?
She moves closer to Mark and slightly touches him and kisses him on the cheek.
I like you very much, lover boy.
Do not approve.
What are you doing this for?
Don't like me? I'm your girl.
Mark lightly pushes Lisa away.
Johnny's my best friend. You're gonna get married next month.
Lisa puts the glass on the table and approaches Mark.
Forget about Johnny. This is between you and me.
Lisa continues to seduce Mark as he resists. He starts to get up.
I don't think so. I'm leaving now.
She grabs him in a tight hug and starts to cry.
Don't leave. I need you. I love you. Everything is going wrong. I don't want to get married. I don't love Johnny anymore. I dream about you. I want you to make love to me.
I don't think so. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be okay.
He grabs her wrist and pulls her arms away from him. She breaks free from his grip and grabs his shirt, pulling it up from his pants and unbuckles his belt. At the same time, she kisses him tenderly. He kisses her back. She pulls him to the bed and they lie down together. After they finish doing sex, Mark stands up and puts on his clothes in a hurry. At the same time, he is talking.
Why did you do this to me? Why? Why? Why?
He is yelling.
I can't believe it. I let you do this to me. Oh God, Johnny's my best friend.
Didn't you like it? Didn't you enjoy it?
That's not the point. Do you realize what we've done?
I love you, Mark. I love you very much.
I was always attracted to you. I mean, you are very beautiful. But listen to me, Lisa. We can't do this anymore. I can't hurt Johnny.
Sarcastically.
Yeah, I know. He's your best friend.
I'm glad you understand the situation I'm in. This will be our secret.
Did you like it?
Nodding his head.
Yeah.
Knew it!
He is kissing Lisa on the cheek.
See you later, alligator. I have to go now.
What a smooth exit this guy.
Okay, I'll see you later.
She holds onto his arm and he goes out the door. End scene.
And fade to cringe.
See you later, alligator.
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Awful.
That was painful, everybody. Thank you
I'm closing this PDF now.
Chat gang.
We should have
Swear we-
chat donate to stop that from happening.
After hit 8,000, we'll
sex,
stop
that
doing the room.
Until 8,000 is hit, we will continue to read the room on repeat.
In the meantime, scene 5.
At a certain point, the chat would realize they can leave, and so I don't know
After
if that's
doing
fine
the
or great.
sex.
But then they'll miss the drawing. They'll never know when it's going to happen.
All right, so we just finished doing the sex. It's time to do the giveaway.
See you later, alligator. Joe, I'm getting triggered by these script. Like, this is awful.
I mean, it's probably
Can you like it?
it's probably ESL, right? I mean, there is that, so you got to forgive a little bit of it.
I don't know. Screaming. But he doesn't use exclamation points there.
No, and you shouldn't. You should never.
No, but it's funny.
Really
It's like inconsistent.
Yeah, it is inconsistent. That adds to it.
I love
You
the
guys are
pivot.
reporting better than the actual movie, so well done.
I love the pivot from Lisa saying, I need you, I love you, make love to me, and Mark saying, I don't think so, don't worry, everything will be fine. And then she unbuckles everything, and they just fuck. They do the sex.
Do the sex, Jacob. Come on.
Yeah, Caesar Lord Great T is probably right. It might be ETL instead of ESL. I think it is English as a third language. Which is pretty impressive. I can't write a script in French, Japanese, or Chinese, right? So fuck me, right?
Oh man.
It is tangentially,
I'm nearly through this,
philosophically
I assure
kind
you.
of AOS related because Tommy Wiseau's face was used as a reference for Gabrielle Sherhart.
He looks just
Did it
like
really?
him.
Legit.
Same haircut.
No, but the fact that you
So,
believed
yep.
me for like a few seconds is proof that it has a
It was one of
striking
those great
resemblance.
lies that was believable.
No, shame on you.
So we need Johnny and Lisa for the next scene. Oh, and Mark.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
We're done.
We're not going to push it.
We don't want to
already
spoil it
put-
because
Hey, yeah.
we're gonna do an entire reading of it. The whole thing is gonna be done. That was one of the stretch goals. So
Right.
let's
Did we sign up for the
reserve-
chat game bully that into happening for real? Like a full read?
Yeah, that happened.
That was the 7K goal.
Okay, so we'll have to do that later, and I hope you guys are going to rehearse it, because if you're holding the script during a reading, you cringe. Just saying.
Well,
I mean, I think auditions are going to be held.
Oh yeah, we got to audition. That's right.
Yeah.
We'll use Rob's green screen and audition.
We'll do a call to arms, whatever, line you wanna, or whatever role you wanna play, and
We'll use the
first
Rob
episode
green
will
screen
be
thing and
showing
put
all the
the roof
audition
from the
pages.
room in the background.
yeah. Oh, that's gonna be great.
Evidently, we have killed Andrew Yells from this reading.
Hello, this is Andrew's wife. Do you know Andrew? My baby's dead.
Sorry, ma'am. We just found him that way.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You're going to have to explain to James what happened. You can go with the cruise thing. You can tell him the truth, but he's going to have to face death eventually as a dog. We need an inappropriate method actor. Yeah, one who's really pushy and annoying on set and offset as well. Stays in character. Ugh.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Andrew, how close are you?
Really close, guys. Come on.
So let's just take a second to. We've thanked the community and we've thanked all the chat gang, and we've even been thanked, but we should thank Andrew the most because without his craziness, this 27 hours wouldn't have happened. This $7,000 wouldn't be here. So thank you for doing this, man. Thank you for letting us all be a part of it, and it's truly amazing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this has been close to both of our hearts, and this community, it means a lot to me. I feel like I've kind of meandered through, few communities throughout my life, and I kind of finally found a home. So, I appreciate y'all being as welcoming and awesome as you have been this whole time. So,
Yeah, man. Good stuff.
Do you have an idea of roughly how many different donators we have, or at least
it's in the 200s.
Holy shit!
It's in the 200s, yeah. So
it
that's
might
why
be closer to 3. I've been jettisoning the some of the. It could be 300 because of just a couple one and dones, but it's in the 200s easily.
That's wild.
We had 517 donations total as of the ones that I didn't count that are after the wire because this sheet updated. So I'll have to double check those real quick. But where was I?
we need to do the "You're Breathtaking" Keanu thing from.
No, you're breathtaking. Whoever did the Catacross codpiece joke, that was A+. My hat's off to you.
Yeah, I tried to keep it a secret, but unfortunately, it shows your email address in there. So
Yep.
No way around it.
I like that Catacross's codpiece went out on top though. Like let it be shown, right?
Hey, the top donor.
All right. Just gotta double check those last donations. So 517.
All right. Well, he's double checking. We'll do it. You're breathtaking. Was that a good piano?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You really need the full body because he had a little bit of the pitcher's thing going on with the back foot. I remember it a little bit.
hair moved in a certain way.
All right, making sure.
That beautiful man.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a body match for the Keanu Reeves exactly, but
Stop it.
that's the thing about
Stop it.
cosplay. You gotta
your phone now.
pick someone who looks like you a little bit already.
The suspense.
I
Killing
know.
me.
All right, so
No. It's good. There are 3 grand prizes anyway.
Yeah, and also as far as I was seeing throughout, there weren't a lot of people trying to game it. Like, I'm gonna donate $5 30 times.
that's not even close to
just in
true.
case, Oh, it's not.
Oh yeah, no, it was gamed all night.
All night long. All night long.
Even some of the council were gaming.
Oh, and some of you punks donated on the same email address but had several different and the email address is really like the value that's the valuable tracker. But I still had to like sort through the chaff. It was like the chaff trying to stop the sweet march of inevitability of hey big jables. All right, so I'm gonna do the draw first on the OBR but announce it last.
Baby.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Should have some music or something.
Yeah, well they'll block the VOD then. All right, the next one we met was Vince. So Vince model.
Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. I have a model that Vince would love to paint that I could send him for the person that wins that. Because I was going to make it as part of my dock table, but I didn't.
Isk.
Yep.
Celeste.
So a Slanesh model. I'll send that to Vince to paint for whoever wins that.
Right.
So Trunzo.
And then the Trunzo display board.
Yep. All right, so the winner of the display board was actually lucky number last and on the wire. Well, how I recorded it was Troy Weiss. So yeah.
Oh, big
Troy Weiss.
Big one. Congratulations.
So Troy Weiss display board from Trunzo.
Nice. Congrats, Troy.
D-board.
And yeah, we will do a full rundown. We're going to post a ton of media after this. We'll have, tweets and stuff with all the different winners and pictures and stuff. We'll do clips and outtakes and such from the show. Don't worry about all that stuff. So,
all right. So the winner of the Vince Mini was actually Chaos. I wrote down Chaos M. Chaos War. Gosh dang it! You're in chat still, aren't you?
Chaos Lord Mars?
No,
Chaos
no.
Chaos War
Chaos
Spawn.
Chaos Spawn Wargaming. There it was.
Chaos Spawn Wargaming Grats on the
That's
Vince Celeste.
Congrats.
That's a biggie.
Yeah. So that's.
Do you want him to paint this Celeste for me to send him, or did you want? Let me know.
All right. So that's a prize for next year. Grats. And the winner of the OBR is Noops.
Noops.
So,
Noops.
Noops.
Nuke.
I don't know how
Noops.
if people are comfortable with their real names being shared in full. So, but I will email you that. So I'm
You
going
get
for
an entire freshly nerfed OBR army that's still good.
who's more.
Congratulations.
Were they nerfed or Petra fixed?
Both.
They were completely. It was a good change.
Yeah, he has to say this because he
Hey,
was.
it's over now,
he was
Andrew. You
bullied
can
into
make
saying it.
Yeah, no, this is done. You don't have to say
No,
that anymore.
no, it's.
No,
I'm-
they paid to change his opinion forever on it.
Yeah, it's true. So Troy
Well,
Weiss.
congrats.
I will send
Congrats,
emails.
winners.
I will send emails to everybody for the the winning and stuff to make sure hey, what the hell was up. Yeah, I just yeah, thank you so much. I'm sorry I got a little fragged at the end there. Yeah, I mean just awesome. Thank
28
you
hour
so much.
stream.
You did it.
Yeah, I mean,
You need to
28
go-
hour stream and then doing 300-person counting mathematics. Rough.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Get some rest.
What was our
Thanks,
final
chat.
total?
$7,146.
Even.
So
71.46.
So thank you everybody who donated. Obviously, thank you everybody who donated their time, came on the show. Thank you everybody, especially who donated some prizes to have some people to do. Sorry, everybody who donated prizes for the giveaways, and everybody who watched, streamed, retweeted, and obviously donated. So thank you all so much. I hope you had some fun somewhere in there. I mean that's all I got, guys. I'm heading to bed.
Work, Andrew.
See ya. Good work, everyone.
Cheers.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. And a well-deserved outro screen.